I'm going to basically tell you my deafness in a nutshell as best as I can. Pretty damn deaf. As medically complicated and word complicated as I can make it, my entire deafness can be summarised as severe congenital bilateral sensorineural conductive low frequency hearing loss. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got all of those words in it. Of course, I'm going to explain it now. Severe. That's obvious. My hearing loss is a severe one. I have no hearing whatsoever on my left side. I have partial hearing on my right side. I would sort of approximate it to 35% hearing left on my right side. Now I'm going to put this severity bit in perspective. My hearing loss is so severe that my doctors told my parents that I would not do very well in school. I wouldn't really be able to keep up with my peers, and that they should seriously consider putting me into a deaf school or into a special school where they could better accommodate to my needs. So congenital basically means I've had this since birth. I've always had it. I was born this way. Bilateral. So bilateral basically means that it affects both sides. Sensory neural. So sensory is to do with the actual structure of the ear. The structure is either malformed or underdeveloped, or it's damaged in some way. In your inner ear has the three smallest bones in the body. It's the stapes and the hammer and something else. For me, I do not have these three small bones for definite on my left side, and I just have one malformed lump of bone. Neural part, neural is nerves. It's basically saying it's a malformation or a underdevelopment or a damaging of the nerves inside the ear. What that means is my nerves don't work very well. So conductive basically means that there's an issue with the conductivity of sounds because my ears are, I guess, underdeveloped. They're much smaller than they should be. I can't actually get, for example, earwax out of my ear very well. Because of that earwax problem, it causes a lot of conductivity issues. Low frequency. You will either have high frequency hearing loss or low frequency hearing loss. One that is the most common is the high frequency hearing loss. You know, they can't hear any of the higher frequencies. Or me, I am awkward. I am very uncommon. I am low frequency. So I can't hear car engines, I can't hear thunder, I can't hear the bass in songs, the bass line. I do struggle a wee bit with men's voices. That is not a sexist thing. Basically anything that's like really bassy and low, I have trouble hearing. Excuse me. Having low frequency hearing loss means you can actually hear conversational English pretty well. You can converse very much easier than other peers. It's partially the reason why I have perfect speech. Another thing that I've really noticed is that with my low frequency is that I'm sensitive to high frequencies. So I can't hear anything really low, but if there's anything that gets like just high enough, like just at the right frequency, at the right volume, it's very physically painful for me. Hearing loss, it's self-explanatory. Disregard the fact that I speak very well. Disregard the fact that I can communicate pretty well. My hearing is ridiculously bad. Basically, my hearing is fucked. I'm hoping that this explained my deafness very well. People generally have a lot of questions about my own personal deafness, or they have assumptions on my deafness because I am a very well-spoken person despite the fact my hearing is so severe. How is it that I can communicate so well? I lip read. Basically, I'm literally reading the shapes and the movements of people's lips as they are speaking. Lip reading is a lot of guesswork. It's also very exhausting. Lip reading is my main source of information and I do it all the time. I also do retain that 35% hearing left, so I do still get sound, but it is heavily reinforced with lip reading. I'm also supposed to be wearing hearing aids. I absolutely hated wearing my hearing aids when I was a kid. Don't mind it now. As an adult, there was a really good period where I was very good. Over the last number of years, I haven't worn my hearing aid because I sort of noticed the differences between wearing my hearing aid and not wearing my hearing aid. The pros and cons of both. I found not wearing my hearing aid sort of outweighed with wearing my hearing aid, so I just stopped wearing it altogether. Only ever worn one hearing aid in my life because there's no point wearing a hearing aid for an ear that doesn't even work. One of the most common questions I really get about my hearing loss is, why do I not get a cochlear implant? Cochlear implants are really not they're not a magical cure for hearing loss. Quite frankly, I'm not qualified. You need to be qualified in order to have a cochlear implant, and not many people actually are. I have never been qualified for a cochlear implant as far as I remember, and I don't think I ever will be, and that's fine. I'm happy enough with that. Another question I get a lot is, how is it that I can speak so well? A mixture of the fact that my hearing loss is a low frequency hearing loss, and also when I was much younger, my mum used to practice some speech therapy techniques on me. Especially speech therapy and the specific loss I have. I have TV on there over on my desk. It's a little bit distracting. If you guys have any questions about my deafness or any questions on deafness in general, just hit them down in the comments. One of the things I find annoying is trying to end a video because I just don't know how to do it interestingly. Good night. See ya.